I have an obsession, guys. A very weird obsession. Let me show you. Keyboards. Keyboards. It's becoming ridiculous. Here's another one. I actually have some more in my closet. Here's the thing. I really enjoy using good keyboards. I really feel that a really good keyboard can enhance and improve your productivity significantly. And especially during this lockdown, when I was working from home, where you don't have your normal space, I wanted to try to find the best keyboard for a home office. I went on a purchase spree. I think I myself have purchased around 8 9 keyboards. I mean, there's a lot more keyboards which I want to purchase, but I just can't because they're not in stock in India right now. But in this video, I'll give you a list of some of the best keyboards, in my opinion, for India, for Indian home offices. Uh, Before I get into the video, the main criteria for me was to make sure that whichever keyboard I recommend to you is available, is something you can buy. And if you can't buy it, I'll tell you the name of the keyboard and just tell you that this is generally out of stock, so you can be aware of that. So let's get straight into the best keyboards for the Indian home office. So, how do you go about considering this purchase decision? You may think it's not that important. It's just a keyboard. I mean, how does it really matter? But anyone who spends a significant amount of time in front of a computer, like me, will tell you that a good keyboard and mouse can really improve the amount of work you can get done. So, keeping that in mind, I have tried to consider these parameters. These are parameters which were important to me. The first thing is feel of the keyboard. When I say feel, I am referring to the overall touch feel. So, what I mean by that, typically speaking, you have three different kinds of keyboards: your chiclet style, your membrane keyboards, and mechanical keyboards. All three have their own advantages, disadvantages, and they have a different feel. So the first parameter to consider is feel. This will help inform you in terms of the way you decide. This is basically based on how much you end up typing. And in my opinion, if you're someone who ends up typing more than 5,000 words a day, you should look to consistently, not just once or twice, consistently more than 5,000 words a day. You should look to buy a proper mechanical keyboard. And I, of course, will get into some recommendations. If you type anywhere between 2,500 to 5,000 words, I think a good chiclet style keyboard will be really nice. So a chiclet style is basically found in most laptops. I'm not referring to the MacBooks between 2016 to 2000, I think 19, where they have this butterfly style. That's just garbage. Like, it's probably one of the worst keyboards, the biggest blunder in terms of keyboards in Apple's laptop history. But typically Apple's laptops have really nice keyboards, but 2016 to 2019, every single laptop they released was just trash. The keyboard was just trash. So I'm referring to the chiclet style. In if you have a Lenovo ThinkPad or one of those Dell Venue laptops, you'll be able to recognize them. Basically, they each key's letter is an individual bracket. It's injection molded into a plate, and they feel really nice. If it's anywhere between 2,500 to 5,000 words a day, and if you type anywhere less than 2,500 words a day, I think a decent membrane keyboard will do. So the feel of the keyboard is really important, because the more you type, the more your fingers will get strained. Your fingers and your hand will start getting sore. So do make a choice consciously about the feel. Next is ergonomics. So this is something which affects me a lot. Like, I literally have a wrist support on my study desk, because my wrist really starts hurting when I end up typing a lot. So ergonomically speaking, you need to be careful that your keyboard is not too cramped as in too small, or is not too high, not too low. It has to be just right for your wrist. There are certain special ergonomic keyboards itself from Microsoft, from Logitech, but that's an important parameter to consider. Next is RSI, repetitive strain injury. So this is something which your fingers and your wrist can, really affect your hand. In long term, it ends up causing carpal tunnel in a lot of people. So basically, your RSI can be avoided to a certain extent if you end up going with a mechanical keyboard, but you have to consider this. Next is size and weight. In our home offices, generally speaking, some of us don't have the amount of space which we had in our normal offices, and you're talking about uh, like the surfaces at home, for example, may just be a dining table or something like that. So you need something which is nice, sturdy, hefty, so that when you type on it, it doesn't shake. Next is the sound. If you're someone who ends up sharing your space with, say, for example, with a partner of yours or with a sibling of yours, you can't take a mechanical keyboard. They sound a lot, so you have to consider sound as an important parameter. The lighting, if you're someone who ends up typing late at night, maybe a backlit keyboard will help you out. But I do have a suggestion over here. Like, I really recommend learning how to touch type. Touch type as in without looking at the keyboard, you should be able to type at the same speed or even faster sometimes than when you're looking at it. Whether you want to go for a wired or a wireless option, each one has its own advantages and disadvantages. For example, wired keyboards tend to have a very, very good connection, whereas wireless keyboards, don't end up having a really of course, the newer ones do end up having a good connection. They give you space, flexibility, and all. But a wireless keyboard sometimes is not as responsive as a wired keyboard. Do you want to go with a combo? There's a way of saving costs, and some companies have really nice, keyboard plus mouse combos. And finally, if you're someone who works a lot with numbers, maybe you're an accountant, you're a financial analyst, or a data analyst, you should consider having one with a number pad. So these were the main parameters which were important for me to make this decision. Now, before I get into the actual recommendations, this is an important point I wanted to address. Normally, when you end up purchasing a keyboard, right, which are the most common places where companies cut corners? So what do I mean by this? If you have any time gone to specifically buy a keyboard, you get keyboards from good companies starting from 500 rupees, and it can go all the way up till 15,000-20,000 rupees. So how exactly is this price variation? What is the difference between lower end to higher end keyboards? Or rather, if someone is looking to cut corners, where do they end up cutting corners? The first one is keycaps. Keycaps is the actual physical key which you end up seeing. The next one are some plastic braces. Plastic braces are if you end up lifting the keycap, right? Inside that you'll find a plastic brace which supports the key and allows it to bounce back. That's another place where a lot of companies cut costs. Don't use high quality plastic braces, which ends up, your keyboard will just not last long enough. Next are the actuation springs or the silicone membrane. That's another place where it's quite easy to cut costs. If you don't put a good actuation spring or the plastic part, you'll just not get a good tactile feedback, and it can actually start injuring your fingers. Whether you want, if you're going for a wireless keyboard, if it has Bluetooth, and which version of Bluetooth. Like, for example, anything greater than Bluetooth 4, in my opinion, is good. Bluetooth 4, 5, 6 are really good, low energy, well connected. But below that, they don't maintain the connection that long. Connection as in, if your keyboard is connected to a computer, you do not want to keep reconnecting it. And you do not want it to consume a lot of battery as well. I mean, you don't want to sit and recharge your keyboard batteries. So you make sure that, you check the Bluetooth version, because it's a very easy way to cut costs. The actual lettering, the lettering may be done in a very poor quality, maybe just some random spray paint. It may not be molded or printed properly, because of which it ends up fading and it just doesn't look good after using it for a few days or few years. The angle brackets. Now, I'm 100% sure you'll have in your house a keyboard which is missing one of these brackets. So these brackets, I mean, when a good company will make some really high quality brackets, bad company will just have those brackets for the sake of it. And these are important because these brackets help incline the keyboard. So what ends up happening is at that point, because the keyboard is inclined, your wrist is a lot more comfortable than it would be flat. When it's flat, it's drooping and it can cause pain on the other side of the wrist. So that's an important place. And mechanical switches. Now, I particularly wrote this point for one main reason. One of my favorite keyboards, I'll be getting to that, is the Indian TVS E-Gold mechanical keyboard. I used to love this keyboard, but in 2013 or 14, I don't know the exact date, they used to use this Cherry MX Blue mechanical switches. So the Cherry MX Blue mechanical switches are essentially the German-made mechanical switches from Cherry MX, and they are, according to me, some of the best actuating switches in terms of sound, responsiveness, long-lasting durability, and all that. They replaced it with some Chinese counterpart, and they didn't even reduce the price. I think they increased the price, and the TVS E-Gold mechanical keyboard just lost its respect in my eyes. I have no idea why TVS went ahead and did this, because I think it's one of the best keyboards in India if it had the Cherry MX Blues. So if you purchased this particular keyboard few years before they replaced it with Chinese switches, I think you have a timepiece with you, so please keep it safe. But apart from that, mechanical switches is an easy place where you can cut costs, cut corners. So let's get into the actual recommendations. So the best budget chiclet style keyboard is the Dell, in my opinion, is the Dell KB216. So this, I'm sure you would have seen lying across a lot of retail locations and offices. This is a really affordable keyboard, works really well. It's well spaced, it's comfortable to type on, and I guess the only complaint I have over here is I just when I was using this keyboard, I just felt that the angle brackets were just not good enough. I felt they will just break off any time. But as an entry level keyboard, I think this is under 600 rupees. This is a very, very nice keyboard. And if you just need an external keyboard and you don't have too much money to spend, just go for this without thinking. Look, works really well, is very well spaced, and will last you quite long. So chiclet style generally tend to last much longer. Next is, unfortunately, although I told some bad words about this, there is no other budget option under 2,500 rupees in the mechanical keyboard space. This is the one, TVS E-Gold E-Bharat mechanical keyboard. Now, again, like, you have no idea how much I love this keyboard. In fact, I mean, back in 2008 or 7, when I was first introduced to this keyboard, that actually probably started my obsession with keyboards. I've gone on to own a lot of keyboards, but this was one of the first ones which really got me interested in how the keyboards work. And I have no idea why they changed from Cherry MX Blues to the Chinese switches, because this was a absolute beast of a keyboard. Like, you go to any bank in India, I guarantee you will find this keyboard. It's that good, and it's so sturdy. I have some of them which I purchased before, of course, 2013-14, before they replaced to Chinese switches, that even to this day they work absolutely flawlessly. Like, there's no other word for it. And I know some banks where I have seen this keyboard last there for 10, 15, 20 years. It's really great to type on, very well spaced. In fact, the layout is based on a very interesting IBM Model M keyboard. So IBM Model M's were one of the very early mechanical keyboards, and the layout and the design is somewhat similar to that iconic keyboard. So this is still your only budget mechanical option. If you're looking for a good membrane keyboard, membrane is, they'll just have a thin membrane behind, and you'll have all the keycaps like this. This is actually a membrane keyboard, what I'm using right now. So for membrane keyboard, for a budget one, the K120 is a very nice keyboard. I am surprised how cheap this keyboard is, because I have used this keyboard extensively. I have one in my dad's office. I use this. I have this as a spare keyboard, anytime something goes wrong. It just works. It feels so soft to type on. The build quality is really nice. I mean, Logitech really, really killed it with this particular keyboard. Next, let's talk about some uh, budget wireless keyboards. So one good keyboard which you have is the Targus Bluetooth wireless chiclet style keyboard. Now, here's the thing, guys. This is a very nice keyboard, especially for those of I end up using a Mac. So for people who use Macs, I mean, these has all the Mac keys. I really, really wanted to love this keyboard. I wanted to make sure that like this had at least on paper it looked like it would be amazing. It would be best overall as well. I've just put it in the best budget category because of how this costs around 1,000 rupees, and during offers you can get it for lesser than that. But the problem with this is I got way too many typing errors, not from my side. So what do I mean by that? When you hit certain keystrokes, right, say Q or T or whatever, they would end up typing it twice, and that may not bother you a lot, if it happens once or twice. But once it consistently started happening, and it just didn't. You can't use that keyboard on a day-to-day basis if you type a lot of content. So this keyboard, that is why it just is stuck at the budget category, because if not, this would actually be the best overall chiclet Bluetooth keyboard because of the spacing and the way it's designed. The quality is pretty decent, but that repeated typing keystrokes or false keystrokes was just absolute deal breaker for me. The next one is the best wireless membrane keyboard in my opinion. Overall, is this which I'm using right now, the Logitech K375S. I like it for two reasons. Number one, I think it's one of the few full-sized wireless keyboards out there. The second thing is, when I say full size, I'm not just referring to the number pad. I'm also referring to overall comfort and the size of the keyboard. It's really well spaced. Especially for me, I have pretty big hands and I'm 6'2", so most normal size keyboards feel small to me. But the second thing is you have multi-device support with this keyboard. So what I mean by that is you can connect 2, 3, 4 devices, and the switching is absolutely seamless. If you see, right, even on the presentation, I mean, I can show you. There's 1, 2, 3. Like there's 3 icons in the top row. They allow you to switch 3 different devices: Android, Windows, Mac, iOS, doesn't matter, and you just switch and you can type. So normally, and they also give you this really nice mobile stand. So what ends up happening is you can just place your mobile, and when you're working, it's very seamless. Like say someone texts you something on mobile, you need to reply immediately. You just press 3, and without your fingers leaving the keyboard, you can actually reply very quickly. I absolutely love this keyboard. I'm daily driving it for I think last 3 months, but yeah, like this is a really, really nice keyboard. I love using it, especially with that multi-device feature. That's at least for me, that's a really, really nice feature. Next, for the best overall chiclet wired keyboard, I think the Lenovo Essentials keyboard, this comes as a combo with the mouse, is a really nice chiclet style keyboard. So for those of you in the audience who have used Lenovo ThinkPads, I think ThinkPads have the best laptop keyboards by far. And this is the desktop version of that laptop keyboard. So that's why it's really comfortable to type on. The spacing, the letters are really nice, and it's the closest you have to a ThinkPad. So I love this keyboard for if you're in the market for the chiclet style. Next, let's get into best overall mechanical keyboard. Now, I want to make a disclaimer here. Very clearly, this is not the best overall mechanical keyboard in the world. I am just mentioning it here because a lot of keyboards from some of the best manufacturers in the world is just not available in India. Or if they're available, they have exorbitant costs. Like you're talking about very huge costs. So, to get a good overall mechanical keyboard which serves the purpose in India, it's only the Logitech G413. It's a really nice keyboard. They use the Logitech's own Romer G switches, which I think are pretty stellar. It has a very professional look. Of course, this keyboard is designed for gamers and not for normal professionals, but you can keep the backlighting just white, and it'll still look very professional, very well designed. And on the membrane side, just a slightly budget version of the same keyboard, the Logitech G213. It's the same keyboard, but instead of having the mechanical switches, it has the membrane. So very little difference between the two of them. Unfortunately, they are not wireless, but like in terms of just sheer typing experience and gaming experience, if you game, these are two very nice keyboards you should consider, especially because, and this is important, it's available in India. Like you can get it delivered within a few days. So next, I want to talk about the best overall wireless chiclet style keyboard. Uh, this keyboard, the biggest problem with this keyboard is it's rarely available. It is so often out of stock. I don't know why, but when it is, I think it stands out as one of the best chiclet wireless keyboards you can buy in India. Uh, it has the same feature of multi-device connection, Logitech's build quality, really nice switches, really nice chiclet keys, and a breeze to type on. I have this one especially for my iPad. Wonderful keyboard. If you want to get a bit, adventurous, this is the Keychron K2. Now, this keyboard, at least on their Instagram, I checked latest, they said it won't be available till Jan because of import issues. But the Keychron actually has its own Indian website. I have no idea how that has worked out. Like they have keychron.in. Now, I have not owned this keyboard, but anytime on YouTube you search the best wireless mechanical keyboard, you will get hundreds of videos just raving about this keyboard. And I badly wanted to order it. Unfortunately, it just wasn't available for delivery in India. I'm waiting for it. Keychron guys in India, whoever is running it, please let me know when it's available. They've said it'll be available after Jan 12th, but still, like, at least just based off some of the reviews I've seen, this is an incredible keyboard. Now, this is the next version of the K375, which is, I think, M850 or M875. This is a more ergonomic, slightly bigger version of the same K375 keyboard. And the best part is it comes in a combo with a very nice mouse. So I have purchased my mouse separately, but when you get it with a combo and it works in Bluetooth, connect multiple devices, it really makes you more productive. And if the keys feel anywhere close to the K375, I'm sure it'll be a stellar keyboard. I haven't used this keyboard, but based on some of the descriptions of it, like it is just assumed as a an advanced version of this one, so I'm sure it'll be really nice. Now I'm gonna get into some ergonomic keyboards. This fortunately is available in India, but it takes a long time to deliver, and I think they've overpriced it in India because in US the same keyboard costs a lot lower. This is the Microsoft Sculpt ergonomic keyboard. This is especially good for people who suffer a lot from wrist pain when they are typing, wrist and elbow pain specifically. So the Microsoft Sculpt is an incredible series of accessories, and this is the ergonomic keyboard in that. It's really, I don't have it because I am a Mac user and I like having my command and alt and function keys. But for Windows users, I'm sure if you face a lot of wrist pain, you should go for this keyboard. This is a mechanical keyboard. You actually get these split style keyboards, wherein you have two separate sort of divisions of a keyboard, and you can type on each one. And initially it may feel a bit jarring, but actually speaking, it's really good for your wrists in the long run, and you'll actually end up typing a lot faster in this because of how you can set it up very comfortably on your study desk. The next is another Microsoft recommendation. This is just the plain Microsoft ergonomic keyboard. This is a membrane keyboard, and I really think you should look at this as well if you're looking for a slightly budget ergonomic keyboard option. There is one problem though with ergonomic keyboards. They just aren't available in India. I have no idea why. Even the Microsoft ones, they are not directly available in India. It's imported from US and it's being sold here. I mean, India has some of the most... We have so many developers over here. I have no idea why some of these ergonomic keyboards are not available. So that's about it. These are my recommendations. I've told you my parameters. It's based on these parameters itself. I just wanted to do this video to quickly share, what I've learned purchasing keyboards in the Indian market, and how you can probably, buy a really nice keyboard for your home office. So thanks a lot, guys. Do let me know if you have any suggestions. Just keep that in mind. Any suggestion you have, please make sure it's available in India, because I know there are so many better keyboards which are just not available in India. I wish there were. I would have taken them, but they're just not there over here. So thanks a lot. That's all for this video. It was a fairly quick video. I did it on a short term because I wanted to share this keyboard buying experience of mine in India. Uh, do let me know if you have any questions in the comment section below. And of course, thanks a lot for watching. See you in our next video.